What are we doing here today in this car? We're pulling out something here, and it's related to the blind test video. If you watched that and you wondered what changed, well, you might not have watched that and you're just watching this. Well, what I'm doing is I'm investigating the 5-volt source that runs essentially through a hub to my sound card that is interpreting asynchronous music stream from the iPad, and it turns it into SPDIF and then sends that back to the DSP end of things. So it's source related. It's also clock related and jitter related. So I've been A/Bing it with different power, and now I'm just fishing out the 5-volt original source of power because I'm going to demonstrate what it is. Here it is. It's one of those little jobbies, 5-volt out from a USB-A. Some focus, anyway, you saw it. That's just one cable. It's not the cable that matters, it's the power given to that cable. And so what I have here is a very dark working environment. Maybe I can get some light. There we go. So this is the, call them cigarette lighter adapters, 12 volt to USB. If I just pop that off there. So you're making all of your most important sounds come from one of these $12, $20, 12 volt to 5 volt basically. And what's in here, if you've ever seen them, they're the cheapest bits of things wired together, like 5 or 6 little capacitors or a tiny little chip, and that's all they do basically. So this one is apparently capable of 13 watts or something like that, and it's just in here. And I have to leave in a few things. I have to leave in the iPad power, which maybe would be worth looking at upgrading to. Anyway, we'll find out later. iPad power, and one of these is a V3 5-meter powered extension cable. So that's what's going on back here. So what I'm going to do, hopefully by the end of this video, is test a whole bunch of 5-volt options. In that video, that some people have noticed the difference, and I can tell you it's very different. And it's more from the high frequencies down, that's why it doesn't really come across so much in the video. High frequencies down, jitter. So anything that could go wrong in the timing it's all relative destruction to frequencies, and the importance is proportional from the highest to the lowest. So some say it's kind of a harshness. I think it's kind of like a smear, like a focus that goes away. But it's hearing some songs, if there was a horn section and a cymbal, for a brief moment they're together as one and they fuse to whichever one is strongest. And as soon as the volume dips on the cymbal or the horns, then they become separate again, and you can break them apart. But for all those moments, they're all together. And with better power and less jitter, they're almost apart the whole time, during the crash of the cymbal and during the hit of the horns. And there's another track that just starts with a vocal hook, and it's almost like, is this hook annoying you? Or, oh no, that's a good vocal hook. And it's like those kind of differences. And because it's just from the top down, we're not always paying attention to the tops, and we don't ever think that we have a jitter problem. I believe it's a jitter problem that we have. And so I'm going to get a power board. I'm going to get another 12 volt source. Actually, I've got one under here. I'm going to get gallium nitrate power adapters that run off AC, and I'm going to try and find a normal power adapter that runs off AC, because I still believe in the faster switching and operation of gallium nitrate FETs used in electronics, and they do have a different sound to standard MOSFET products, power adapters, etc. So that's the third part of my test. So I want to reinforce, yes, cheap cigarette lighter bad, power adapter good, but I also want to know if the FET GaN FETs offer a increased clarity to the power source. And in later videos we're going to go hunt down what powers every part of my system, because there's a lot of parts. Little sound cards, little converters, some running on DC batteries, some running off power plugs, etc.